Please say it isn't so. Please don't tell me that this jury is going to be deadlocked in the Jodi Arias case. And really, though, you can't blame them if they are. The death penalty would be very difficult to give to anyone. And you'd really, if you're set against it, then you're not going to give it to them. But at the same time, when these the people were asked, before they were picked to be on the jury, if it came to a death penalty, could you impose it? And they each said yes. So, if they're having a problem with imposing the death penalty because of their beliefs, then they lied when they said that. And if that's the case, then they're going to have to be dismissed and have alternate jurors step in. But if it is a hung jury, then what will happen, and this is what I've been watching, they will dismiss this jury. The whole jury will be dismissed. A new jury will be brought in. That does not mean that this jury will try Jodi Arias over again. Her guilty verdict will still remain. That part is for sure. The only part that will be gone through again for a decision would be the life or death. And the new jury would have to, it'd probably take some time because they would have to be told everything, go over everything that the jury already knows now, and to come up with a decision. Jodi at first had said that she wanted to die. Now she's asking the jury to spare her life because she says she thinks she can do good. She wants to make t-shirts. Oh, an interesting thing about that, she had said in the courtroom, and she even held up a t-shirt, that if they spared her life, that she would make t-shirts while she's in prison, and that the proceeds would go to a thing for abused women. One of the news reporters, of course, looked that up about Jodi Arias' t-shirts because she's already making them, and it states a portion of the proceeds go to abused women. Jodi said all of it. The website said a portion. Another one of Jodi's lies? I don't know. She also wants to start some kind of recycling thing in the women's prison. Well, you don't have to keep Jodi Arias alive just to start a recycling program. Duh. So, anyway, at first they had said that there would be no interviews given by Jodi Arias. But the judge lifted that order and has said that Jodi Arias can now accept interviews, in which she's had many interviews since the guilty verdict came down. And they've been showing many clips of it. So they asked her several questions. One in particular, they asked her, when the jury came back with the guilty verdict, how did that make her feel? Was she prepared for that? No, she was not prepared for that, she said. She said when the verdict of guilty came back that she felt betrayed. They asked her, betrayed by whom? She said she felt betrayed by the jury. So all this time, Jodi Arias thought that the jury was on her side? Really? After everything she did? It's delusional. They've also stated that she's the most hated woman in America. Well, that means that she has surpassed Casey Anthony. I wonder what it'd be like to put Casey Anthony and Jodi Arias in a room together. I wonder if they'd be besties. They could both donate their hair to Locks of Love or whatever. I know hair is hair, but I don't think I'd want my child going around sporting hair of Jodi Arias or Casey Anthony, for that matter. But she is giving interview after interview. She even tells them, don't shoot her below the waist. She don't want any stripes showing. She wants her makeup done just right, blah, blah, blah. And they said she is quite the diva in the room about what she wants. So I feel like that she is, she's going to make some money off of this. They said also that can't remember. In one of the interviews, I'm trying to see it here, but I'm scrolling it too fast and I lost it. So if I remember what I was going to say, I'll come back to that. She never said that she was sorry for what she did, but at the same time, like the news reporter said too, it wouldn't have made a difference. She could have got up there when she gave her speech and said she was sorry until the cows came home, and nobody would have believed her. And this is what they would have said. Right now, they're all over it saying, oh, she did not say I'm sorry. She had every opportunity to say that she was sorry to Travis's family, but not one time did she say she was sorry. That's what they're saying. Okay, if she had said she was sorry, they would be saying, well, she got up there and lied. That's a bald-faced lie. She didn't mean it. She's just saying it just to get the jury to spare her life. So, you know, no matter what she said, it wouldn't have been enough. It wouldn't have been good enough. Either way that she put it, just it wouldn't flow. No. So, but this is coming up on a 4-day weekend, so they don't have they don't deliberate on Fridays, and tomorrow is Friday. If a decision is not reached today, then that means that they won't be back to deliberate until Tuesday. Now, the reporters have said that when the jury arrived this morning that they did bring their lunches, so they intended to work through the lunch hour and not to leave. So, they did come out with a question today, but the judge will not tell anybody what the question is. The question is sealed. So nobody knows what that question is. However, when they came out yesterday and said that they were deadlocked and they could not reach a decision, the judge just gave them a little pep talk and sent them back in. That's not going to do any good. You know, they're saying if they come back out deadlocked again, that the judge would probably talk to them again and send them back in. That's not going to do any good. I feel like after all these hours, if they have not reached a decision by now, or if they cannot agree on a decision by now, they're just not going to agree. And so the new jury would have to be brought in. Oh, yeah, what I was going to tell you. They asked her how she felt about the death penalty if they did came back and gave her the death penalty, and that's not really bothering her, as she said, because she said even if she does get the death penalty, she'll still be alive for years to come. And we all know that's true. They said somebody there has been on death row in Arizona for over 20 years. And in a lot of states, 20 years is a life sentence. So, but she is right. She'll be alive because they're not going to kill her right off because she'll still have an appeal. Appeal's going to take a couple of years. They're going to try to overturn this, overturn that, throw this out, blah, 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 blah. And, well, so much about Jodi Arias now. But the next trial to start up, and I believe that's going to be televised too, and it'll probably be one of the biggest watch. It may be more watched than Jodi Arias, and maybe even more than Casey Anthony, and that is George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman will go on trial next month. I believe it starts on the 6th or the 8th of June for the murder of Trayvon Martin. And that's gonna be real interesting to see how that one goes. That's gonna be really, really interesting to see how that goes. And so, anyway, you know, I'll probably be out here talking about that too, and be cussed out by a lot of people. I find so many weirdos on YouTube that just like to cuss me out. But water off a duck's back. That's okay. Anyway, until next time, bye-bye.